My name is Heather Suchma. I am 38 years old and I am 1 year post-op my All Me Augmentation. First of all, I never knew that the All Me Augmentation even existed. I knew that I wanted my breast implants out. They were about 10 years old and I had had multiple lifts over the years, but I would say after about 7 or 8 years with the implants, I started to feel symptoms in my body that I figured out were breast implant illness. And it's something, unless you're looking for it, any symptom that you have, you can say, oh, it's probably this, or oh, it's probably that. It's just a bunch of random things that could be anything. But when you put it all together, you realize, and you have breast implants and you've had them in for a while, or some people deal with it sooner. I realized that's what I was dealing with and I wanted my implants out. And if it would have been up to me, as soon as I put everything together and I realized I'm suffering from breast implant illness, I would have made an appointment that day and had them chopped out of my body. But I had to slow down and take my time and research and find a doctor who I felt like understood and believed me, because I had spoken to a prior surgeon who I loved and trusted, but they didn't believe in breast implant illness. In their mind, there wasn't scientific proof. And so I felt like, okay, well, I'm familiar with this doctor, but we're not on the same page, and this is very real and very important to me. So I wanted to find a doctor who could understand me and respect where I was coming from. And so I started researching explant specialists in my area, and I would have flown anywhere, but it would have been nice if I would have had somebody in Houston. So there were probably some other doctors that I was looking at their work, but I ended up running across Dr. Boutros and his page and seeing that he did the All Me Augmentation, a tissue transfer. I felt like it was the best of both worlds. It was me getting my implants out, thank God, but also it wasn't leaving me completely flat, no tissue. I want both. I want to be healthy and I want to be cute. And this was the perfect way to give me exactly what I wanted. And from the moment I met him, I knew he was my doctor. I'm an impulsive person. Like I said, I would have gone across the street anywhere. As soon as I want something, I'm gonna get it. But my husband's very logical and everything. And so I took my time in trying to find the doctor, but as soon as we had our consultation, from that very moment, I knew he was different, and I knew he understood, and I knew he was gonna take care of me, and he was honest. So as soon as I met him, I needed no more consultations. I didn't talk to anybody else. I got the quote, and then I talked to my husband and I said, this is it, this is the guy, we're doing this. And it's been the best decision I've ever made on so many levels. As a woman and for my health, it's just been unbelievable. I love my result. The way I look at my body as a work of art, I don't take things personally. I realize that it's like an art installation. And so I can speak about it freely. I feel so free and so happy and so beautiful, and it feels like it's all me. That's cheesy, but it is. It's all me, but he did such a good job. And so the reconstructing my breasts was an important part, but the way that he has shaped my body, and it's like a work of art. There was another plastic surgeon that I was looking at, and his work is like, when you look at beautiful foreign sports cars, that's how he would make these women's bodies look, right? But he would not work with people who had prior surgeries. So I knew I couldn't have him. And I figured Dr. Boutros was gonna be amazing, but I'm a foreign sports car now because of him. So I love it. Since taking my implants out, I remember before I went into the surgery, Dr. Boutros said he was excited to talk to me after and to see how everything went. I swear to you, when I woke up, I remember being wheeled, like after I'd gone through recovery and everything, telling him, I swear I feel better. I swear my brain already feels more clear. Yes, I I am physically and mentally a new person because the implants are gone. I will say that when we were looking into getting the breast implants out, and once we saw that using your own tissue was an option, looking at the befores and afters of a reconstructed breast versus a implant, it's totally different. I thought about on the way here, I was thinking, it's like cookies, right? You can have a break and bake cookie. They're all square. They all come out exactly the same, or you can have a fresh baked cookie from a French bakery. It's not gonna look, you don't need the fresh cookie to look perfectly round. You know this is a good cookie, and this one is gonna give you a stomachache. You know, this, when you're looking to get your breast removed and you're using your own tissue, comparing implants and the way that looks versus your natural body is totally different. So expecting to see something that looks perfectly symmetrical it's not realistic, and you need to know what you're looking at to understand and appreciate the beauty of what he does versus sticking an implant in. You know what I mean? If you think you have breast implant illness, I can almost promise you have breast implant illness. And it's a very difficult thing to talk to people about because people don't recognize it. People don't, you feel alone, you feel crazy, you feel like you're going crazy. So my suggestion is do not give up. It doesn't matter if it takes you a year or 3 years to find the right doctor or to save up to be able to get your implants out. Do it. Do it. If you think you have it, I promise you do. And I would get them out as soon as you could. I started to think about breast implant illness. Well, there are certain symptoms, inflammation, depression, anxiety, sleeplessness, your vision is starting to change. That's what it was. After surgery, I was still all on drugs. My vision was more clear. That's what it was. That was the first thing I noticed when I woke up. Like, over the years, my glasses prescription had gotten stronger. My glasses that I had prior to getting my implants out, I can't wear. They don't work for me anymore because they're too strong. It's like, it's insane the way that breast implant illness affects your body. It's crazy. So I started to notice all these random symptoms, and I think a couple of people over the years had mentioned maybe it could be that, but I'm like, I don't know. And one day I just Googled it and I'm like, yes. And, but again, trying to find a doctor who believed me, or for my husband to take me seriously, or for my friends, you feel like you're going crazy, but you're not. It's just the way that sometimes your body can just reject this foreign object. So I'm all for body modifications. You do what makes you happy. But if I would caution, if you want to get implants and this is an option, do this first. Don't do implants, enjoy them for 5 to 10 years or a year and make yourself sick and make yourself feel like you're crazy and then take them out. And then, no, if you can start this way, women should know this is an option, that you can get this from the very beginning. You want a mommy makeover? Amazing. Use your own tissue to build your breasts and never deal with a foreign object in your body if you don't have to. I have 3 daughters. And I want them to be happy. I want them to do whatever makes them feel good for themselves, for their body. But that's one thing I would really try to push them away from breast implants. I think I started, it was probably 7 years or 8 years, but I had also had multiple lifts. And I also, the way that my skin is very thin, and so I would get breast lifts, but the implants would keep dropping no matter what. And so we eventually went in and they put an internal mesh bra to help hold the implants. And even then they still dropped a little bit, but it was after that I started to notice or maybe pay attention to like putting symptoms together, something's not right. But my body didn't want to hold on to it anyway. Your body, what's beautiful about the All Me is your tissue is connecting to other tissue, so they stay looking natural. It's not dropping. Your body isn't fighting to hold on to something that's not natural inside of itself. So it just makes more sense, especially if you have thin skin like I do and they just kept dropping. Yeah, 7-8 years. But maybe some of the symptoms that I felt with other things was due to that. But if breast implant illness isn't something you've ever heard of, or you don't know what you don't know. And I think a lot of women have no idea that it even exists. My vision was declining. And I just thought, I'm late 30s, I guess I need glasses, or, I guess I need a stronger prescription. But immediately after surgery, I feel like I could read things further away. And I didn't wake up expecting anything other than pain. So to know that something like that was so clear. And like I said, I ran into him going into the elevator. I'm like, my vision's already better. Like, this is crazy.